Hi everyone, it's Vickie Kello, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Happy Monday. Let's get that cord out of the way. Let's see whether the iPad is going to play ball. Hopefully everyone had a lovely weekend. Okay, is that coming up? Sometimes it takes a while. I think because my iPad's getting older and older. All right, there we go. Hi Lisa, hi Glenda, hi Megan. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody else that came on. I think Kerry's just sent me a message, probably because I'm a minute late. All right. So I did do the winners. Whoops. For the Lucky Draw prize, and I caught up on last week's as well. So last week's winner was Lisa. The week before's winner was Lisa. And then this week's winner for last week is me again. Congratulations, ladies. So, hi, Kerry. So, yes, to get in the draw for our Lucky Draw prize, obviously I haven't sent any out for a while. You need to like and share and comment on my video, and you can go in the draw for a Lucky Draw prize. No worries, ladies. So tonight, I was madly trying to rush my sample, thinking that I would have one finished, but I don't. I've nearly got it finished, but I didn't get it completely finished. But we might finish it today with this. So in tonight's video, we are going to be making a Concertina book card. So it's pretty cool. I need to finish decorating these bits and do some stamping. So I might just finish them. It just needs to stay down. It did not come up in Facebook in the normal way. I was also a couple of minutes late too, Kerry, so that's probably why it didn't come up. Hi, Marie. So I'm just finishing this one off. I will share with you the instructions. I have been inspired by a card that I saw Jan Brown do. Jan Brown is in the UK as a Stampin' Up demonstrator. So I've used her measurements as well because they work quite well. It's only the US demos that you have to change the measurements. So I'm just gonna stick that on, and then I need to do some stamping on these two bits before I stick them down, so I'm not going to do that. And then they've got two little bookmarks. How cool is that? So I'm going to show you how to make them, and then you decorate the front, and then you can put this on the back and write a message on the back. I don't really like that idea, so I'm planning on putting the two over here and putting this inside here, and the message goes in there. And then I have this, I think I stuffed up the measurements on there. Yes, she is, Megan. So I think that's too thin of a border, but I will stick that on the front and decorate the front. Hi, Carrie Ann. So I will finish that off later because I'm not done there yet, but I'm going to change that up again. For tonight, I'm going to make a Christmas version. What are those dies? Rectangle ones. They're the deckled ones. The deckled rectangles, and then I've just cut the layering piece behind just to fit, but that's too thin of a border. This one works better. I think I'm 1/8 of an inch off that other one. That works a bit better. You can see a bit more of the blue. So that one works. This one's too small, I think. And I could just stick that on there. I don't need the border, but I quite like the border. So I'll cut some more Pacific Point. Finish that off later. So I'll best stick those 2 white pieces in there too so they don't get lost. Work out what I'm going to stamp on them. And I actually haven't got any stamps out for this one either, but we're going to make a Christmas version of it. So I have not got the layering pieces for this one either. So I'll show you how I did that then, Megan, because I need to cut these myself. That's too thin. I think that's what happened with the Pacific Point one. I was trying to use some of these scraps and they're just too thin. And I should just cut another piece because I didn't have any scraps thick enough. See, that's wide enough, but then it's too short. Ha ha ha. And are they the same size? Yes. So they're all not helpful in this situation. They're still these ones. Yeah, just cut a new piece, Vickie. Just cut a new piece. I was trying to be good and cut all my scraps, use all my scraps before cutting a new piece, but it's just not going to work. So what I do is I measure that, and that's like 2 5/8. So I just go 1/4 of an inch bigger than that. So that'd be 2 3/4. This is the 5th deckled frame as you start from the inside out. We might do this 4 1/16 and see. See, that's nice. I might recut that other blue one too, because I just think there's not enough border on the bottom of that other one. Because I think I did it at 4, not 4 1/16. That's nice. Okay. Put them away. So let's get started. Oh, I'm probably going to need that so I can tell you the sizes. So you need 2 deckled rectangles, number 5, starting from the inside out. Cut the 2 bases. If you want them just to pop a bit more on the card, I like that. I don't want to stick anything on the back because this card is going to be the present itself. Now, the bookmarks for this card are 2.5 by 5 inches. because I want these to hold gift cards. So I wanted it wide enough that I could get a gift card on here. Whereas Jan's measurements only did these at 2 inches wide, because this is going to be a card for somebody in my family who's getting 2 gift cards for Christmas, and I'm gonna make them a bit fancy looking. So we'll start with the bookmark bits because I think they're easiest. Now I've got this corner rounder. It's a trio punch from Stampin' Up, and it rounds all the corners. It also pops the hole in for you. So I'm going to round the corners for the cardstock and the DSP. I'm joining your family just for the fancy card and the puppy dog. You do some pretty fancy cards too, Megan. So now get rid of these bits here. I'll just pop that away for the time being. Now I want to stick this on, but I want to stick the gift card in like some... That bit's annoying me. Do I have any fairy bits on this side? No. So that the gift card's kind of got some slots to go into, but I think I just want it to go into the DSP. I have not practiced this. I have not rehearsed this bit, because the practice run of the card was just a bookmark, like the video I watched. So I'm thinking I want some marks. I'm just eyeballing this on there. I want enough room so I can stick the hole punch up the top, so I want the gift card more towards the bottom, but I'm thinking I possibly could have made these a little bit wider and given me a bit more room, but we will make do. I'm just kind of marking with the pencil the 2 corners, and then in your trimmer kind of line up, this is going to be hard to see possibly, line up the 2 marks that you did. And if you've got a scalpel, you could probably do that. That's above that a bit, but hopefully that will work. And the same here, you obviously don't want to rip or cut towards the end. You still want to make sure that you've got room. So I'm just, I do have more DSP I could cut if I completely stuff this up. Okay, well that works. It doesn't sit in there as straight as I was hoping, but it's in there. I think that works well. Right. Let's do this one. And Did I not do that? Oh yeah, there's a mark. You might need to make the top cut a little bit longer. Yeah. Oh, there. I can't see because the pattern. There we go. So perhaps if you're doing this, just maybe make them a little bit. So I started the cardstock at 2.5 inches, maybe started at 2 3/4, and then 1/8 of an inch smaller. You might have a bit more room, but you know, they're handmade, so that will do. But I like that idea. So now, excuse me, when we stick these down, we want to only stick down the top and the bottom without the slit in it type thing. You want a little bit down there, but you want that to move freely a little bit. So I'm just being a bit conscious of where I'm sticking the adhesive, because you still want to be able to have that opened and have this open to then stick that in there. Look at that. Hi, Kim. Oh, I like that. That's amazing. I've impressed myself. So just want to be a bit careful because you want it's stuck down, but you want it loose enough to get something behind there too. This paper was in last year's catalogue. I just need to get take my pick tool in there and just free that up a bit. And it carried over. This is Painted Christmas. So it's pretty cool. I like this as a Christmas one. And that goes there. And that's in there too. I like that. I think I might stick a glue dot just behind this bit here in the corner, just so that it's stuck down. Oops, I've butchered that glue dot. It's not going to lay flat. Oh. So did everyone have a good weekend? There we go. I take my pick tool, this thing keeps coming loose. Needs to be a bit tighter, I think. Okay, so we've got our gift tags in there. Now I need to stick our hole punch in there. So this triple punch that I used earlier, it also does the hole. So you kind of just make sure it's in the center and push it in as far as it goes. And it will go through both the paper and the cardstock. So I've got some soft succulent ribbon. I've run out of evening evergreen ribbon, which I quite like. So I've got to use the soft succulent. I like this too, but I do like a darker ribbon. We're just gonna poke that through. I've probably got too much ribbon here. Don't want to pull too tight because otherwise it'll rip because it's only cardstock. In there. Okay. So there are our gift card holders done. I'm not going to stick these bits down yet because I need to do some stamping and I need to get a stamp set. Maybe I'll get that stamp set now. Oh. I'll use this stamp set that was next to me, which I think is the set that this was with. I don't know. So Christmas season with Christmas to remember. I'm going to, the issue with this is we want it this way. I want enough room to write my message, but I need a sentiment that goes in there, because what does that say? Magic is in the air. Maybe not. Let's put "'Tis the Season" on there. And hi, Liz. Okay. Oh, I need some scrap paper here. Because I just don't know that that's gonna put enough ink on that. Okay. That's pretty good. Close this ink pad before it gets up with anything else. I think we're gonna have a few more. So now I can, you all ready for the weekend? I am getting there. I haven't started packing or anything yet. I have done my swaps. I have done my pillow gifts. So that's a start. And I've finished off a lot of my to-do list of stuff that I had to finish. But not completely ready yet. I had, still kind of cleaning up from the weekend. I had the market stall with the school, which was lovely, but it was like a late night and I had a very busy weekend, so pop that away. Right, oh, I need two things on here. We could do, how big is this? Oh, that's going to fit like this. Friends like you make this season special. They're not really friends, they're family, but that will kind of work. I think that will be a tight fit, but it will work. I need the scrap bit again. That will work. We're going to stamp in red. Hello. Hi, Shauna. I don't usually get you watching. All right. So that just fits on there. I like that. And I've got ink all over me. And then on this one, maybe I just write Mary. Well, Magic in the Air fit, I think that'll be too. No, Magic in the Air is too wide. Too wide. So we'll just write Mary. And so I like to stamp my sentiments before I stick anything down, because there's two sides to a piece of paper in case you stuff it up. But also, and I like to stamp them a little while before actually adhering them to make sure that they don't, they dry and don't smudge too much. So you can clean them off. All right, and then, so we'll just pop them to the side, let them dry. I think now we can kind of start adhering. I have cut everything, so we just pop them right over to the side. And bring my trimmer in so I can give you the measurements. Now, this card is inspired by Jan Brown. Everything is the same except for the bookmark things that I did. So you can go to her blog or her YouTube and get all the measurements from her. You need, oh, they're the same. They're the same size. You need 2 pieces, hi Julie, 2 pieces of layering cardstock, which is 3 3/4 by 5.5. And you need 2 bits of DSP that go on that are 1 1/8 smaller. So they're 3 5/8 by 5 3/8. So you need 2 of those bits. You need 4 of these bits of the layering cardstock, which is 3 7/8 by 5.5. And then the 4 DSP bits are 1/8 of an inch smaller, so they are 3 3/4 by 5 3/8. So I'm going to stick these ones down already just to get some bits out of the way, because there's lots of pieces with this one. Oh, nice, Julie. I was crafting a bit over the weekend, but more to catch up. And oh, those that have paid for the gnome class, your kits have been posted. So they were in the mail today because my order arrived on Friday with the paper to put everything together. So I still have a couple of kits left. I don't have any more paper left, so I'd have to put an order in and wait for the paper. But the classes are recorded if you unable to make the live. I only have to work 2 days this week. Oh, nice, Julie. Then we need... Oh, did I not do those little bits? I didn't. I thought I cut all the bits. I didn't cut the little bits for these ones. Anyway, we will work it out. The card base piece we need is... There's two different sizes. So the first one is 8 3/4 by 5 3/4, and you score that at 4 1/8 and 4 5/8. And then the next piece is 8 1/2 by 5 3/4, and you score this one at 4 and 4 1/2. Then you need a piece that is 2 inches by 10 1/2, and you score this at every 1 3/4 inch. So 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, 7, 8 3/4. And then you need 6 pieces that are 1 1/2 by 1 7/8. Are they gonna fit on that? Yeah. And then we need to get some DSP. We need these 2 DSPs. We'll just close that arm. 1, so it needs to be, with this DSP it doesn't matter so much because it's not directional. So it's 1 3/4 by 1 3/8, and we need 2 of those pieces. And then same with the other design of the series paper. If you had directional paper, you want it to be facing the 1 3/8 way, if that makes sense, because 1 3/8 is the vertical way. So we can stick these down as well. I don't feel I've got the DSP long enough here. It's too much of a border on the bottom. I think I might have cut it a bit short. And then those 2 bits that we stamped up earlier, Yeah, see? I've stuffed up those measurements. The length should be, whoops, 1 7/8, not 1 3/4. So nice, isn't it, Julie? I've been waiting for it for a while as well. Okay. So, just fixing up those furry bits. I found a pack of Whisper White in the back of my cupboard. And the basic white is so much better. Whisper White, you need to cut 2 pieces of paper at the same time, then you don't get those fairy bits. But it is what it is. So now this concertina piece that we scored, hi Laura, we need to mount and fold this. And then we stick these on. You can kind of stick them wherever you want. Can't wait till Friday, except not looking forward to leaving home at 5 a.m. Well, I did say I would be there between 5 and 5:30, Chrissy, so, you know, I could be running late. It's 28 degrees. See, I think it was only 24 here to start with. It got really hot, and then it gets like this breeze has been coming. And I've had a jacket on the back of my chair in the office because when I have all the windows open, the breeze gets quite cold. Oh God. It's meant to be warm all weekend. What's wrong with my seal? There we go. It's just having a fit. I need to keep turning my computer on because I was too busy watching Jan's YouTube video that I don't know that I've got too much battery on my phone. Right, ladies, now we need to, the bigger of these 2 pieces, because they are slightly different, the bigger piece is the outside piece. We need to fold that on those score lines, and the 4 bits that we've already layered, we need to work out what's front and back. Okay, so I'm doing the inside pieces first, and we stick them down. And then flip it over. What do you do it on stage, and where is it held? It's in Sydney this year. It's a demo only event. And where did I put that ribbon? So only Stampin' Up! Demonstrators can go, and we get to see the new product, and we network, and we get to see lots of presentations, and it's a whole heap of fun. So it's in the South Pacific. So this year it's in Sydney and Perth and Auckland. And then they have, so it's a 1-day event, but they have a live event, which is a 3-day event, and that is in Vienna, I think, this year. So a couple of years ago, that was in Auckland before COVID, and that was my first in-person event that I went to, and I loved it. Even though I've been a demo forever, that was my first in-person event. And then they've been all online. But yeah, you get to meet demos. I got to meet a whole heap of demos that I was being a fangirl to all these people going, oh my God, I got a photo with Kylie Bertucci, I got a photo with Donna Gray, got a photo with Sarah from Home Office, like the CEO, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. But I actually had a couple of people come up to me and fangirl me that they'd been watching me and gave me some gifts and stuff like that, which absolutely floored me because I never thought that I was one of those people. So I had Julie come up to me, I had Anne Lynette come up to me and things. It was just amazing. So, yeah. So this other piece is you fold on the score lines. Now we need to cut the diagonal here. So we need our trimmer back and we need a pencil. So we need to measure up. Oh, thanks, Julie. I just never thought I was big enough or famous enough to have people follow me and come up to me on stage and go, oh my God, it's Vickie Kello, blah, blah, blah. It was very humbling, actually, and things. I came home and I said to my husband, and he goes, yeah, but you do all those Facebook Lives and stuff. And I'm like, I just never imagined I would have a following and things. I just thought like that was for like the Kylie Bertucci's of the world and Donna Gray's and stuff like that. So it was very humbling. So what we need to do is we need to measure 2 1/4 and make a mark on this. And then what you want to do is you get that, line that mark up in the track of your trimmer with the score line, and we want to cut that off. And then we flip it around and do the same thing. So then this score line and that mark and chop it off. So we need to do the same or similar. Oh, thanks, Chrissy. With the layering pieces. Now instead of 2 1/4, this time we do 2 1/8 and mark. Now you want to make sure you mark one at the top and one at the bottom because we're cutting this deck end. Oh, thanks, ladies. Because we want to get the angles right. And you don't ever want to have your trimmer start where the point is. This dark cardstock's hard to see in the night time. Pacific Point was a bit easier to do that just before. And trim that off there. And get my mark and put the point in the top and go. So before we stick these down, we want to make sure they fit and that we've got a nice border and we've done our measurements right. So let's stick them down. And when I'm working with angles and like triangles and stuff, I stick one at a time. I don't put adhesive on too many layers or anything, because if you all of a sudden turn it over or flip it around the wrong way, you've screwed up your piece. And you don't want that. So I just do one at a time. Okay, I've got adhesive stuck there, but that's all right. That'll cover up. Bring our trimmer back in. And then this will obviously, this has got direction paper. So you need to do, and this one we do at 2. So you want to do it from 2 from the bottom. So make sure your paper is up the right way, and then 2 and mark at the bottom, this side. And again with the point and your mark. Oh, I keep moving that. And then do this one. So I'm looking forward to on stage because the last couple of years with COVID, we've only had online events and they're just not the same. Like, it did make it a little bit more affordable because you didn't have flights or travel, like accommodation and stuff. Now, see, I've got that border, but I just need to trim a bit off the bottom there because it's not quite right. And I'll trim a bit off the bottom there too. So just like a 15th off the bottom there. So I'm really looking forward to the in-person event. I really enjoyed the Stampin' Up event that was a couple of weeks ago that they had for Brisbane. That was awesome too. Getting to see people after so long. Just the connection, and that's the whole thing with Stampin' Up. Like, it's not about how crafty you are. I personally don't believe I'm very crafty or creative, right? I'm very good at copying people off Pinterest or getting inspired from Pinterest and coming up with something. But coming up with something completely on my own, I'm not great at. But Stampin' Up makes it very easy to be able to do something like that. Am I out of tape? No. This is just very hard. So pop that down. I think we can put that away. Now I'm going to use tape for this bit because we need to fit it in there, and I'm not very good at keeping it very good. Now I want that as my inside. Hopefully next year's on stage will be live in the South Pacific. Yes. That would be nice. Okay, so line that up with the middle of the other card that is underneath. And then we need, let's get the seal plus. I did use seal on my other card, but it's popped open. So you don't want to, oh, I'm now out of seal here too. You don't want to have sticky tape here or have adhesive here because we want to stick something in there. These become little pockets. And there I am finished my seal. Oh, come on. I swear to God, it just waits until I'm on camera and then runs out. How can I even get that back in? So then we've got our pockets. Let's bring these back in. They can fit in there. They can fit in there. So my idea is that I have two in the one pocket. I don't know how that's going to go with once they've both got gift cards in there. And that can go in there with my little message when I write that. And then this, we put, and I'm using Seal Plus because you want that extra adhesive. The two end bits, but it shows us how easy to change cartridges. And you line the end bit, so you only want adhesive on the last scored panel, and line them up with the edge of the last panel. These stuck in, and I've got mine going the wrong way, but anyway, that all folds in there then. And now I need to decorate the front. I like that in a bit more. Oh, that's gone in there. Maybe I might have to have one in each and then just stick that in over the top. I don't know that I'm going to get two in the one for this one. And they share it around. The past 13 years has only been in Auckland once. Never had a 3-day event in Perth or Adelaide. Been Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne, also on the Gold Coast and Brisbane several times. It's easier to get a venue in Southeast Queensland. Yeah. So then you tie this up. And if you forget to put the ribbon, you can just put the ribbon around the whole thing. But if you watch my video, you can put the ribbon in the right time. Okay, so that's not the bestest bow. But, so I'm giving 2 gift cards to a family. So I thought I'd do this. And I need to decorate the front. So we're going to go, may this be a Christmas to remember and cherish. I think that should fit. And stamp in the red. It is a nice card. It's just a nice way to step up like a gift card and go, well, I know it's not like, well, see, the people I'm giving the gift card to they'll appreciate it, and it's not a lot. There has still been thought into which place the gift card is coming from, because I know they will use it. So there's that, but just so that you know. Now, there's dies that go with this stamp set and everything, but I kind of don't want to do any dies. This was already bulky enough. I kind of don't want to have too much, so I thought I'd just do some simple stamping on here. So this is the other set. I did use this set as my, I don't even know where I put that card, as my make and take on Friday night at the school, which is why it's very well used now. So I'm just going to stamp that on there. And then we will do the insert. They've got the outline of these, or the, what do you call the, I don't know what to call it, the bits that go on the inside, and you can have them darker to give them dimension. I'm having a mental blank. So we're going to do them in Evening Evergreen. and they kind of go there. And we clean that off. So, and because these are photopolymer stamps, they're very easy, like you can see through, so they're very easy to line up. They do get stained with a lot of use and things, but you can avoid, or you can reduce the amount of staining by conditioning your stamps first with Versamark. I don't do that. So if the staining bothers you on the stamps, you can just stamp all your photopolymer stamps with Versamark ink first, and it does help reduce, doesn't stop it, but it does help reduce some of the staining. Okay, so clean this up, put this away. And now I feel like that can go on there. And I might pop that up. Okay, so got that. And then cleaning the photopolymer stamps with makeup remover wipes reduces the staining too, then clean with stamp and mist. Oh, that's clever. Now we need to finish off with some bling because I can't have a card with no bling. I'm thinking maybe the what are these? They're red and green adhesive backed pearls, which I think come with the Lights Aglow suite. Might use the soft succulent. And there. Right, so that is my finished card, ladies. It was a big one today, but this is the non-Christmas one that I started. I haven't finished decorating, so I need to pop the thing on the front and do some stamping with this. But this is the Christmas one. I bought a new Take My Pick tool and the end keeps coming off mine as well. Oh, that's no good. So this one is more the measurements of, and see that's just tape on there. I'm going to get my Seal Plus and go over that because that keeps coming up. So I recommend Seal Plus when adhering this bit here because it does, there's a lot of layers of cardstock, so it does keep popping up there. This is the bookmarks and everything exactly the same size as Jan Brown's. So you can use her measurements. They're all on her blog and her YouTube video. and things. She did it in July 2022. So, but then this one is the one that I rejigged the inserts here, because I want my bits to hold the gift cards I'm giving to my family. If I can get that back in. Where's my take my pick tool? So that fits the gift card. I may, because I did this at 2.5 inches wide. If you want your gift card to sit straight and maybe have a bit more room, I suggest maybe 2 3/4 or even 3 inches wide, because there's not a lot of room there for that. But I was just winging it. And that goes in there. And then this one will also have a gift card. I've only got one with me. This isn't a gift card. This is my old Flybuys card. But they fit in there. And then I'm going to write my message in here. Whoops, put that in the right way, as to who that is and who it's from. And that's the card. And then the other thing she did say was that it fits in these craft boxes. So let's make one of these up quickly, because they don't take very long to make up. Just got to fold all the score lines. And then take off your bits. Oh, and this one. So you fold all these in. And then you could even decorate this box then if you want. Let's pretend I've done the bow up in that. And it fits in there nicely. Ta-da! So, because that you're not going to be able to post this card, you're going to get charged a fortune with postage because it's so fat. But yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed the card, the Concertina book fold card that Jan Brown is calling it. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Now, I don't get back from on stage until Sunday. I don't know whether there will be a Facebook Live on Monday. It depends how I feel after flying. When I came back from Sydney a couple of weeks ago with work, I did not feel very well after the flight. All my legs and feet had swollen horrendously. So we'll see how I feel on Sunday as to whether we do a Facebook Live. But I hope to see you guys, and I hope you all have a fabulous weekend, or have you a fabulous week and weekend, and catch you all next week. Thanks.